This is Hamlet and
I
Julie
am
Q,
Julie Q.
back to join you for the best part of the DDR event weekend. The
Full
part
seven,
where
the
both
part
of
where-
us no longer have to play DDR.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I mean, you killed it. You won your pool. You did
Thank
really
you.
well. And I did
Hello,
okay.
Leon.
Hello.
I have to admit, I was commentating on yours before, which means that it's in the time vortex where I can't remember a single thing that happened in that hour.
Even yes, it is okay. I had so much fun. I didn't make it on my pool, but I had a lot of fun. I woke up this morning not knowing what my pocket pick was, and then just blurted out a song. That was fine. That's how I roll.
The one that I planned for the pool that I was in was good. It was solid.
Yes. I saw you pocket pick Cross, and I was like, who handed Hamlet a 150 BPM song? And Diane said Hamlet did. I'm like, oh, God, that makes sense. So,
I think I was a little too fried for Cross.
it's okay.
After,
You played 2 hours. That's a lot of DDR. And it's a great venue. We're out here in San Gabriel, California, at a boba shop. And they just keep feeding
It's called
us.
Factory T-Bar. It's my
Factory
first
Bar.
time here because
Me too.
I missed the first Boba Cup.
I wasn't even competitively playing at the last Boba Cup. So I watched it on TV, though. I was like, wow, look, everyone's so good. So, we'll be
Hello, Leon Vid, Library Titan, and Chris in chat.
my buddies. My buddies. I'm excited.
So it looks like we're finishing card draws from Freddie, Anton, Oxford Valley.
Oxford Valley, and I think
Who moved up? That was all a haze
won
for me,
Pool
trying to play
6?
15s.
eedeeq, yes.
Makes sense.
I got
Anton, someone I played with a whole bunch when I was just learning to play at the Spectrum in Irvine. Apparently, more recently, he is proud of flagging possession EDP. Yeah?
I would be very proud of that, too. I played that song like once in my life, so.
I've never flagged a 16.
I know, this is such a cracked pool, really. But I'm excited to see them all duke it out. Really, just after seeing how some of them played that last card, and Freddie was a mistake on the lake and had a crazy run. So we'll just chill here. It's like the dinner hour, the haunting hour.
EDP Live? Why's that? Admittedly, it's not one I play very often.
Oh, yeah. EDP
Yeah.
was the 16, right?
Yeah.
It's the one that I
Oh, I
played
see.
at Guildhouse.
Yeah,
I
EDP
started at
Live.
Guildhouse.
EDP Live is considered a pretty friendly 16, I think.
I was very happy to see a friendly 16.
You know how, like, a lot of people say Possession is an easy 17, which is a lie? Possession EDP Live 16 is a bit more acceptable.
Looks like the card draws are still happening.
Yeah, we've been doing the card draws at the full card draws at the start of the set, which is kind of nice.
We just get it all out of the way.
It gives you more time to, thank you for shout outs on the Melania shirt.
So cute.
It gives you more time to review all of your songs on your phone before you have to go up and play, which I always like. Normal tournaments, there's always that ambiguity where you do a card draw and you hope you have 5 minutes while the previous set is finishing to cram in.
So I have a confession. I literally spent that time vibing and drinking water. I didn't use like any of that time to study. And because I was like, oh, like I'm the kind of person, I don't retain it. So like when Croissant picked Gary Gilly on me, I was like, oh, there are stops in this song. I can study it, but I'm still not going to know where they are. Oh, well, just vibing.
Stops are hard to learn. Just kind of like knowing what the feel of a chart is and what kind of patterns it tends to have helps a lot. I had to cram for Tokyo 3 difficult, like it was a
You
test
did
I
really
had
well
studied
on
for,
those.
and I still got goods on all the stops. So I'm not sure that was the important part.
Yeah. Well, you still did really well on that. I watched that. I've been kind of in and out because I've been also helping with EOing. So it's been fun. This is like the third tournament in a row I've worked. So I've missed some. I've gotten to catch a lot of good highlights. So I've missed a lot of really good stuff. So I have to come back and watch the stream and be very excited.
Yeah, I'm hoping I find good clips of stuff I played today. And Diani, who had an amazing run earlier.
Amazing run. Amazing run. I'm just like, I'm so proud of both of you. And your little flower kiss. So cute. I was cheering. Like, wah! Ooh, we have people. Wait, no, those are not the people.
But it looks like people are
But
dispersing
people
from the
are
card draw
dispersing from
table.
the card draw table. Yeah, we're about to get some good ass DDR. I just heard that.
Getting a little bit of info about the card draws. Said you missed Julie's matches. Julie's matches are also Faye's matches and me commenting, so you definitely have to watch all of them. I
They were
actually missed a
fun.
lot of Diani's second pool because I had to warm up.
I'm actually a little sad. I'm not sad, but I enjoy playing 13s and 14s. And I only got to play like 113. And that's the challenge is knowing how great Diani and Croissant were at lowers. And
I
was just
ran
trying to-
into a bit of a wall playing tricky 15s right before this.
We will come back stronger, all of us. Diani included. She's scary. I was scared. I was like, why am I seated higher than her? This is dumb. Everyone's like, I'm going to violently pick my pocket pick on you. I was like, no, don't do that. Use it on Diani. But we're good enough friends that she's like, I'm pocket picking on you. I'm like, well, I guess I did the card draws, and she was the last card draw I did. And I was like, oh, I haven't used it yet. So I guess it.
The thing is, if she tells you that she's going to pocket pick on you, you knew exactly what song you could have worked on.
I haven't played in 3 weeks. I've had a lot of stuff going on. So I'm really here to vibe. I really love DDR tournaments. I used to play DDR tournaments like 15 years ago. And
All right, it looks like we have
Yeah,
Anton and
Freddie.
Freddie, it looks like, going up to the pads. Anton mentioned from here in Southern California. Freddie is from Phoenix.
Arizona.
And I'm not sure there was some confusion about the card draw, so we will see. But assuming this is accurate, we have a pocket pick from Anton, which is Samurai Shogun versus Master Ninja. Exactly the sort of song
Amazing.
you pocket pick, something
No,
that
he's been
nobody else
asking-
likes.
So Freddie's been asking in every Discord, who wants to play Samurai Shogun versus Master Ninja? Like literally every Discord. And like to crickets. So he's just been like, I need to pick this song. And he did. And that is the first song he gets to play. So he's just going to get it out of his system right now.
So Anton, a person of unconventional tastes. And then Freddie gets a song from the draw, which is Procyon 15 for the second song, which is in almost every respect an easier song than SSVMN.
This is the Freddie song, and apparently Anton pocket picked it. Will we see it twice? We'll see.
So SSVN, what is it, 280? It's this
SS
260. It's
and
this
then
driving, like relentless,
it sits
red,
at the,
blue,
a
fast,
lot of,
hard to read song.
near the floor of a lot of players because it is very relentless for a 14.
It's exhausting for a 14. It starts to work in crossovers into these eighth note runs, but they're essentially 130 BPM streams through the whole song. And the jumps just start to creep in there more and more as the song goes on.
The first first time I played the beginning was like, oh, it's kind of tame. Like I sight read it, and then the end came in. I was like, oh, this is a slaughter.
It gets
But-
more fun as you start to have the energy to make it through the
Agreed,
song,
agreed.
which you just don't when you're first lamping the 14.
Correct. Yes. I had some very sharp words for this 14 when I first started playing 14. But this is maybe we're gonna see Freddie play it twice. 'Cause he's been real amped and someone else picked it. This is probably gonna be a beautiful match between two people that enjoy this song, which is a very small minority.
I mean, we're already having a debate in the chat about whether it's a fun or entirely unfun 14.
Clearly a polarizing one.
Both
yes.
of them finding the beat right away at the start. Both of them also had a AAA in their high score. Freddie rushes a little at the start and drops some points. Anton, who we believe pocket picked this, is
He's
right
a little
on
bit more
cue.
locked in, yes.
Yeah, the stamina demand is high, and you know, reading fast songs with red-blue can just throw a wrench in the works if you haven't done a lot of it. And there's just a lot of slightly odd footwork. Like that awful step jump right
Step
there.
jumps are very weird killers.
Freddie was ready for the second one, but then there's also the crossovers that are going to start getting slightly more common. Anton builds up a healthy lead.
Very healthy.
I mean, if you like this song, that is an advantage that you should milk in tournaments.
Correct, yeah. Much better strategy than picking a random song. Because who would do that for a pocket pick?
Anton gets a miss, then flails a little with some double steps, but sort of found his way around the song again pretty quickly and still quite a bit ahead.
It's a very comfortable lead. You don't have that much song left. Very nice for both players. Good effort. Looks like Anton wins by almost 100.
And now coming up will be Procyon, one of the most accessible 15s, honestly. Some interesting rhythms. Couple crossovers thrown in near the end, crossover gallops. But otherwise, it's not much that's going to trip you up if you play 15.
Yep.
It's also a bop.
Banger alert. Banger alert.
We have 4x from Freddie for 640. No, tones it down to 600.
Man, I can't read that fast. I'm very jealous of people who can.
Anton does stay at 640. Both of them do.
Second stage. Ready, set, step.
Nice. Both players seem to lock in on the timing of this song a lot quicker than the first one.
Yeah, Anton creeps up by 2 EX and then just hovers there. Both of them timing it quite nicely coming out of the intro. Anton maybe gaining just a little every few measures. Still ahead by 1.
Yeah, this is a very close match.
The end of the song is a little harder, so even though they've oscillated a bit, now it's Freddie by 2 or 3. It might be more likely that the patterns at the end are where they both lose the most points. And it's gone back to tied, and then Freddie by 2 again. There's an odd little syncopated rhythm coming up, I think. Just a run.
It's still so close. Oh, we're tied now.
The cute tie at 1,000. That was one of the little crossover gallops that can get you if you're just vibing trying solely to MA. There's another one coming. Freddie has gotten a little ahead. There's a run at the end, but it looks like he's going to hold on.
Wow, great job, Freddie. By 6x.
Anton was ahead by maybe up to few EX, 3 or 4 EX at a bunch of points throughout the song. But Freddie held on a little better when it just got a little bit busier in the final third.
Great match by both these competitors.
All right, so they split the first round, and we're going to have eedeeq and Oxford coming up.
Ooh, these are some spicy picks. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting the card draw on the monitor for this one. We'll see.
Yeah, there may have been some
Weirdness.
issue getting it sent here from the table, but we have it on paper. We are going to be seeing Max 360 difficult, picked by eedeeq, and Pluto Relinquish difficult, picked by Oxford.
Nice little violent picks right there. Really see some good chart knowledge strategy going on. eedeeq moved up from pool 6.
Yeah, he blew me out on 2 songs right before I sat down here. So let's see. I don't know if that means I want him to win or not, but Max 360 is a high stamina 15. And then Pluto Relinquish is a little different. It's a tricky 14. It does sort of,
gimmicky.
yeah, it does get itself a little bit busy, but it's mostly known for having to know a few gimmicks, honestly much less than the other Plutos. Slow parts and a couple of rocket jumps. But yeah, Max 360, I hope they play the 18. No, Max 360, yeah, just a long, relentless 15 with a high note count. I think I saw a 1.75 there, so we are going up to about 630. Makes sense if they were reading, different players. But still, you have few options for this song.
Oxfordvalley reading on reverse.
He should probably restart this.
Oh wait, OmniAnton's reading. Oxfordvalley is on risky. Oh boy.
eedeeq is on risky. He should really, well.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, eedeeq is on risky. We just have to get the names changed.
Yeah, you can see him on the actual machine feed.
Yeah, I see them. Risky business.
Well, both of them got to, warm up the beginning of the song a little.
We're working
get
on
their legs
updating
going.
the names. We're working on the names. The names need to be updated on the stream. The names need to be updated on the stream. The name.
We'll get there.
We're working on it. The person updating names is like on the other side. Here we go.
First stream, no trouble for either of them. I didn't quite catch what the miss and the good was, but it was a section with a bit of a double step there where it's easy for that to happen.
100 combos.
Oxfordvalley is a reverse reader, so let's be honest, I'm not going to have any clue what's happening over there. Not exactly true. He's having a great run so far.
Having a great one. He's still holding the gold donut. Oh, I did that to Ty. That was me. I am so sorry.
Into the max 300 slowdown.
Come on, everybody. Let's
So,
go. 300 combos. Yes.
So so it looks like Oxfordvalley's built up a healthy lead after eedeeq picked this. Not sure if pocket or out of a card draw. Well, narrowing a little, maybe? There's still a surprising amount of song left. The entire section that has the death run in the 18 is still left to come. And they have closed the gap again, so it will be the end, which is
Very
the
close.
most exhausting part, even in the 15. Okay, Oxfordvalley keeps the slight edge he had going into the pause. Up by less than 10. Although honestly, it's still easy to get misses and things at the very ending 12s. Anything could happen. Oh,
There we go, got a couple ones. Good. Wow, so close. Oxford Valley takes it by 6x.
there was a moment where eedeeq was up by 1 right after near perfectly negotiating the last stream. But points can just evaporate in those last few measures of that song. I'm not sure if losing by 6 there was because of a miss in the ending 12th notes like we talked about, but very close to it. Pluto Relinquish. Pop quiz, Julie. What is the first jump of Pluto Relinquish 14?
I don't know. My chart knowledge is poor.
I think it's upright, which is also what our sound mixer, Falcon, said. Let's see if the players remember. It's easy to miss the first jump on Pluto Relinquish because no matter how much you yell at yourself that there's a jump, you press the button and then you do your little routine where you like stand on the center pad and stretch your arms or whatever.
Right into it. Pluto Relinquish.
I saw Marvelous from Oxford. I wasn't sure what eedeeq got. Anyway,
Eedeeq with an early
Oxford
miss.
up by 6 to 8 coming out of the intro. Next jump coming. Oxford creeping ahead more into the long slowdown.
Oxford is maintaining about a 30x lead right now.
Yeah, but let's see, because some of the songs we've already had so far have swung around wildly once they got going. And the second half of the song is so different from the first half. Like, a lot of points on the first half can just be determined by how well you can hold your MA during quarter speed slowdowns.
Both players are doing really great on this one.
Still, 40 points is a lot.
40 points is quite a bit.
But it looks like Oxford is remembering the one beat slowdowns slightly better than
yes.
eedeeq
It's just
anyway.
been MAing through them a lot better.
And we'll probably close this out.
Getting an even more comfortable lead. There we go. Over 70x of a lead.
A nice 2-0 from Oxford.
Valley, yes. Oxford Valley being so consistent.
That was honestly just a good score on PR. It wasn't obvious until it ended. Library Titan in chat got the upright. I didn't see when, but we'll give him credit.
Good job, LT.
That's it. See you next time on
All right, we got the card drawback for this one. It appears it's going to be eedeeq and Freddie, and eedeeq pocket pick in mono guilts. PSP.
Nice.
Freddie chose ace for aces out of the draw.
Two really fun 15s. Mono Guilt's pretty tiring, I think.
And mono guilts has a very interesting sync. There are 2 stops in it.
I'm not sure I've
And-
played a Mono Guilt since I knew what sync was, or like started remembering
the
what
sync
it was.
actually changes after the stops, and
The
it
s-
changes back.
The stops are also just hard to remember. They come in a little musical part that's repeated a couple times throughout the song, but only once at the beginning and once at the end you have a series of something like 4 stops. It's hard to remember exactly unless I hum the melody.
I think the ESP for Managilts was a Champions League qualifier, which is how I discovered
Ah, I
how
didn't play in that.
kind of strange the sync was after the stops. I'd lock in and be like, oh, now I'm locked out.
Also looks like this is a pocket pick for eedeeq, which means that Max 360 was something he grabbed out of the draw.
That was a very violent draw. That
Neither
was
of
not
the
a pocket
players
pick.
wanted to go with Flower 13.
Well,
Disappointing.
I mean, you went with Flower 13. Was that you who picked that one? Or was it Diani?
It was day.
First stage.
All right, here we go. I really like this song. The chart's a little rude, but
Yeah, for no particular reason. I just haven't played it in a long time, but I associated a lot with learning Ace back in like 2019. That was the first set of stops, but there's a very similar return to that Ace section in the middle of the song, which if I recall does not have stops.
it's a fairly close match, too.
eedeeq ahead by, looks like about 10.
200 combos.
Ballot section, we have Freddie breaking combo during the ballot.
Nice MA on the jumps. It looks like the lead has climbed to slightly over 10. Nope, it closed.
Freddie definitely is closing.
Oh, now it's 1, now it's tied. All right, another one that has closed back together in the middle of the song, so it's really hard to guess. Both players keeping it together during the combo. Freddie coming out ahead by a few points, though. Still, that's already swung back to within 1. Tied. And there are a lot of these busy drilly patterns or just
patterns, yeah.
5-note bursts.
There's the others.
Freddie forgot one of the second set of jumps, and eedeeq has about 10 points. A bunch of 16th runs coming up. eedeeq handles them very cleanly and is pulling ahead.
600 combos.
Nice effort by both players, and he takes this one.
Close song. He kept it together just a little better at the end.
Look at the fast, slow breakdowns for both players are very interesting.
I found it a little easy to be fast on this cab, but I've also not played in arcades for a
DDR
long
for a
time
little
since I've been
bit.
playing at home.
For a minute.
Hello, Mustang. Yeah, I
Hi,
had a play
everyone
of
in the
Windy Fairy with
chat.
170 fast. I was very lucky that the other person also got 170 fast. That was exciting.
Ace for ace is ESP.
I like this chart. A lot of people don't like this chart because of the weird way it was introduced as a one more extra stage, which you had to PFC, as in you failed with 1 great. It was the equivalent of the thing going on now with How. And it has a bunch of trickery that was meant to make it annoying to PFC blind. But it's actually kind of cool musically once you can just play it like a normal chart.
Oh, it's an awesome song.
You're almost 100 combos. Only one they came to see.
Yeah, shout outs to the seating director, Haruki, has been doing really great, matching up players of similar skill levels and having these ridiculously close matches. There's a slowdown. See how the players manage this.
Combo after combo. Look at all those combos.
Freddie knew about the crossover that's really hard to read on the green notes, but overall, eedeeq was still timing a little more cleanly, even during the extreme slowdown.
I think he's running away with this.
Yo, you're going combo wombo. Keep up the perfect
This song is just very hard to time.
400 combos.
So if you haven't practiced it a lot, it's just so easy to keep dropping points, even if you tend to remember the gimmicks and remember what the music sounds like.
Peak with the combo break, but with a very healthy lead. Freddie's holding on to a 500 plus combo.
This ending section going into the final cadence is extremely awesome. Who remembers the pattern? Both of them.
Both of them did. Very nice showing by both competitors. eedeeq, though, just totally ripped on that chart. eedeeq's been doing fantastic, especially coming from full 6. So
I feel vindicated.
Righty. Let's see who is next.
My eedeeq lore is that I picked cross and he didn't know what it was and he PFC'd it. That's the deep lore from half an hour ago.
You both of you did fantastic on that song.
All right, we're moving into the third round of pairing, so the 5th match, right?
Alrighty. We have
If this card draw is right, Omni and Oxford. Yep, looks like that's who we see walking over there. And they will be playing 2 15s, both out of the draw.
Poppin' Soda and Cyber. Oh, Poppin' Soda.
Cyber Connect is
Cyber
really
Connect is
cool.
Very cool choice.
Not as hard. Wow, they didn't want to play V for Extreme or 1998 Sparky.
All those beautiful 150 BPM songs.
Philistines.
Like, why wouldn't you want to touch those 150 BPM songs? I mean, I wouldn't against you.
V for Extreme Challenge is deceptively tricky.
I enjoy those boomer drills in my heart. Yes. They chose violence in this draw. Well, Omni did at least with Poppin' Soda.
I don't remember this well.
It is not an easy 15 at all.
First stage.
I'm not playing it. They're playing it. We got
It
to watch
was
some
180 we
nasty.
saw?
This is the 15 of all time, yes.
Show me. You're the combo king.
Anton picked this, but Oxfordvalley coming out ahead by almost 10 after the first few measures of the song.
Step jumps.
Anton fighting pretty hard and keeping up some nice MA on some of the step jumps, but the song is already looking pretty brutal.
The step jumps on this song and the drills are just relentless.
They're about 16 apart.
I would not mind if this song was remade to 16. I totally agree.
Yeah, it looks like Oxford's steadily gaining EX as the song goes on, just because the patterns are so relentless that it's easy to drop points on a little jump or sudden triplet or weird double stack.
Oxfordvalley is definitely MAing those step jumps very nice.
A thing that could definitely happen on a song like this is one person getting tired near the end of those, so it's a bit hard to tell what could happen.
You're on fire. 500 combo.
Step jumps and drills.
He's also just holding very nice MA whenever the song comes back to 8th notes after doing something annoying. And that can be a time to hold on to a lot of points in a tournament. He wins by a healthy
Oxfordvalley
52.
Great full combo.
And what did we say the other song was? CyberConnect.
Moving on to CyberConnect, which fairly recently got a challenge chart.
Right, and the challenge chart is quite hard. I think the Expert 15 is pretty friendly. I might just like the rhythms in it, though. It has a cool little syncopated melody in the second half of the song. Some shout-outs for Oxfordvalley in the chat.
Got supporters of both players in the chat.
Thank you, chat, for balancing it out. This is a 150 BPM song, and we have 3.75x and 4x, so 600 and 562.
Oh, we got a great question about the pools.
Yeah, so each pool is a round robin of 4 players.
And it's waterfall style. So.
Yeah, and so essentially whoever wins each pool, which is the most song wins, roughly speaking, moves up to the next pool and will join the 3 players who were seeded into that pool.
And the great part is a lot of the determination of what pools we're in are based off of your skill levels and your scores. Some of the staff are really, really good at seeding, and so they try to keep players of similar skill levels playing with each other. So it's a lot different than a high seed beating up a low seed in like double elimination.
Oxford pulling ahead with a very clean run so far. Good MA throughout. It looks like about 18.
18 on OmniAnton's right behind.
Yeah, so
Plenty of song to go.
so for people asking more, because this game is so based on just where your overall skill level is, in terms of like how well you can handle every difficulty of song, tournaments are heavily focused on seeding players into groups where they'll have competitive matches. So everyone is ranked into pools of 3. Will be 4 with one person who moves up each time, but pools of 3 in advance based on the kinds of scores that they have recorded. So that each pool is 3 players at around the same level, plus the person who wins the pool below them.
And the seating director is amazing. I work with him a lot. We're pretty good friends. And
I have
goes
no
through
complaints.
A lot of people's scores, PRs, Stand by Ice Cream, Life Force, to figure out how closely skilled and similarly matched people are.
We also have a graphic we can put up,
We can put up a
after the
graphic.
round of the points scored by each player so far in this pool. By the end of the pool, each player will have played 6 songs, and it's 2 points per win, plus another 2 if you get a 2-0. Yeah, this. So you could see Oxford likely to move on.
Oxfordvalley is running away with the points. All right. On to the next match of this pool.
And if I remember right, that's eedeeq and Freddie left to play one?
2 more matches left.
2, okay.
We'll see who walks up. So we got
eedeeq and Anton again. Okay, cool. So each of the players has to play one more time.
oh boy. We got some choices here.
Yeah, it is another 2 songs out of the card draw machine. Funky Summer Beach 14 and Trip Machine Phoenix Challenge 15. It has both an expert and a challenge 15. Funky Summer Beach was recently a qualifier for something? For DDR Women's at Mistake on the Lake.
Stick on the lake, yeah.
Wish Boss Rush was in it. I really like Boss Rush. It's a hard 14.
It's a as someone who as a slow reading enthusiast, Boss Rush is still a little bit tricky. I am not surprised they didn't choose that. It's like they also did not choose Ranker Killer Girl. They straight up vetoed Happy Angel ESP.
Yeah, it looks like eedeeq knocked out Happy Angel 12 and Poseidon Course K, so might not want the easy songs in there and pick Trip Machine Phoenix for us. But first is Anton's pick, Funky Summer Beach.
I think the counter needs to use.
This one likely to be a bit more of a good timing contest for these players. I expect both of them to be able to negotiate most of the chart pretty comfortably. But Anton pulling noticeably ahead in MA after the first quarter or so of the song. Already getting 17 points ahead. More or less straightforward eighth notes with syncopations and a good amount of double steps. So maybe not straightforward, but like not really weird tech in this song. That Scooby there, but I don't think either player did it at eighth note speed.
You can do no wrong.
Have a note from the chat to reset the scores. Thank
Yep,
you.
we've already tried to pass it along.
You and Anton. Okay, well, they were tied after Anton had a healthy lead when they were at about 200 EX. And now eedeeq is creeping ahead, 7. Pretty noticeable after he was behind before. Song definitely not over yet.
It's very
A lot
close.
of times, so much of this comes down to as you get a little tired, as your energy is at like 90%, do you start getting fasts all over the place or something like that?
Wow.
Ooh, yeah, he just
He takes it
gets
by
ahead
10.
by 5 and then 7 and then 10 in the back half of the song. Very nice.
Very nice hanging on to that. Look how close those scores are.
And we saw beforehand that he was in second place in this pool, so I think he could tie Oxford if he wins and Oxford loses his set.
There you go, Trip Machine Phoenix. ESP.
Yes, we were saying when we looked at the card draw, looks like he very consciously rejected easy songs and picked Trip Machine Phoenix,
That's
which
a
is
very interesting commonality with this pool.
That's true. Most pools we've been seeing, I find it common that people tend to pick easier songs in tournaments. Like, highest levels are a different thing because players know their strengths. But a lot of times in lower levels, even though in theory, like, one player should be better at hard songs and one at easier songs, people gravitate towards the songs that they're a little more confident they can play well, which results in songs at the lower end of the range.
I don't enjoy playing lowers, but I pick boomer charts by draw on purpose. Because we just like to play the familiar stuff sometimes.
They are tied, again, quarter of the way in, on a chart with just a bunch of weird nonsense. It's mostly just, it's odd footwork. It's a chart that always leaves you on the wrong foot for upcoming patterns and facing the wrong way and nonsense like that. Patterns that could be a lot easier if you are comfortable bracketing. It was a bit hard to see if either player did.
Both players are starting to lock into the timing window a little bit better.
Still very close.
Very, very close. Plenty of song left. Oh, Anton drops
Ooh,
his combo.
Anton was ahead by a few, but then dropped
his
a
combo, and
bunch
now
right
eedeeq
there.
is
Yeah.
ahead.
Another song going back and forth multiple times over the course of the song.
Oops,
Ooh, Anton didn't remember that slowdown. It's going to be a bit tougher to come back now from about 20.
eedeeq takes it.
So I think that leaves eedeeq and Oxford tied in first place in the pool, but of course, Oxford still with a set to play.
Good match by both of them. eedeeq's just been doing fantastic, especially coming in as the 4th seed from Pool 6.
There is something kind of nice about being the person who moved up. I mean, I say that as someone who did that and lost because obviously you wind up a little outmatched,
Right.
but at least you are more warmed up than you normally get to be on a tournament
Yeah.
day.
That is a huge advantage. So for fourth seed moving up, oh, person that moves up becoming fourth seed. And you know, tournament
Two
DDR has
pocket
those little
picks
things.
coming up in the final. Okay, so you were right. Freddie's pocket
Freddie's
pick.
pocket pick was Samurai Shodown
Exactly
versus Master Ninja.
what you predicted back in the first round
I
of
mean,
this
he
pool.
was just like, oh, I need to play this against somebody.
Did he win it though?
He did not win it,
Yeah,
but
okay.
it was the very
I thought
first.
that Anton did
Well, it
really
was the
well
very
on it.
first song he played, so it's like a matter of like blocking it on timing. And
Still,
so-
imagine thinking Samurai Shogun's your pocket pick. Because in this, pointing out, in this tournament where all of the draws are done before any of the rounds are played, which is a new thing that the TOs are trying out, imagine picking the song twice and then losing the first time and now having to come play it again.
well, you know, now Freddie doesn't have an excuse because he's warmed up on his favorite song in the entire world, and now he gets to play it again. So it's like a second chance. It's a redemption. But
So-
first he has to play Pluto.
Yeah, so Pluto,
Ah.
Oxford's pocket pick, it's sort of the canonical pocket pick type of song. It's just a song that everyone else hates and finds really annoying, and there's like a reasonable chance that not everyone you're playing against will have bothered to be fresh on it. That's sort of one pocket pick strategy, is to just try to blindside someone with weird charts that they might not have practiced all the stops in this example, or something like that. Of course, this format that gives you time to study the chart a little bit, you know, especially if you're playing in this final round of the pool, and so this draw happened 45 minutes ago, you at least get to look at it on your phone, but it can be pretty hard to keep up with someone who probably played this a bunch of times in the past week before picking it for the tournament.
That's the beauty of the pocket pick. Pluto,
Did
the
everyone use their
quintessential.
pocket pick on Freddie? Is Freddie the scourge of this pool?
Well,
That happened to
Freddie-
me earlier, I might add.
No, and
Pocket
also-
picked on 3 times.
I was pocket picked on twice because I was and Freddie is the top seed of the pool, so that probably factors into that.
Both players timing, wobbling just a little, as you do at the start of Pluto, but then, sorry, I hesitated because we should update the names at the top of the screen. But then Oxford went to a pretty healthy white combo as soon as the speed went up from quarter speed to half speed. Not that quarter speed and half speed are these perfectly defined terms in Pluto, which oscillates by 5 or 10 BPM a whole bunch of times over the course of the song. We're getting the names updated
changed.
now,
It's
but you
okay.
can see them on the actual machine feed.
You're on fire! 200 combo! You're on fire!
That was the easier stop section. The harder stop section is the return to that same melody after the slowdown.
Sorry about the names change issue.
Oxford completely confident MAing it. He so far has PFC'd the whole stop section and winds up 100 points ahead.
He is
Very
running
nice
away
pocket
with
pick.
this.
You can do no wrong!
Oxford takes it handily.
His pocket pick does its job, and I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think that clinches the pool for him. But we get to see another fun play of Samurai Shogun versus Master Ninja, a thing that people like to do.
And Freddie did play this as the very first song in the pool when it was pocket picked on him. So, and he did not win it, so he gets his chance for redemption if he wins it now.
Just a weird turn of events. Who doesn't want to spend their Saturday evening going in front of a crowd of people and playing Samurai Shogun? Honestly.
We all know Freddie does want to do that. And it's like his dream. He gets to do it twice in an hour. Let's see how Oxford handles this.
Oxford, if I recall, playing for a sweep of this pool, which I'm sure would be an accomplishment that makes him feel good. Those steps are really crisp.
Freddie's actually MAing this intro section a lot better than when he played it last. Well, he played it as the first song of the entire pool. So it looks like he's locked in on the timing.
Oxford has been amazingly tight the first third of the song, though.
Oxford's been running very clean, still holding the PFC.
And just a very small number of perfects I've seen.
Oxford picking up about a 40-point X lead at this point, breaking his PFC, but still just...
Everyone's still just hanging out, watching what people are curious to see might be an incredibly high score, though. You know, he gets slowed down to the tune of a couple grades as the crossover patterns start to get a bit more intense. And both players actually doing them well. Oxford's timing has just been impossible to keep up with.
He is just running away with this. Oops, he broke at
Gets
the
a bit
end,
tired
but
at the end, but it's just still a good score.
excellent score. Oxfordvalley takes this match 2-0.
And that will
Great
definitely
MA.
be the pool for him, and I think he swept the whole thing, so that could be a fun appearance for him in the next pool up.
That's great.
And that will do it for pool
Do
7.
it for pool 7, Oxfordvalley sweeping.
Oxford, yeah, with a
eedeeq with a
great pool
very strong
and
showing.
a lot of support from chat, and so I'm sure everyone there is excited to see him play for another hour.
Congratulations, Oxford. Give it up for eedeeq coming from pool 6 and finishing 2nd place in pool 7. Strong showing from everybody in that pool.
Oxford with a pool victory sticker. Hey, I have to get a sticker. Don't give me a sticker. I'm gonna complain.
Oh, I'll get you one, don't worry.
More shout outs for Oxford. Yeah, I will be. Well, I think
we
both of
should
us
be
are signing off now.
Yes,
but,
I will be back to commentate pool 10.
And I will be back tomorrow.
Alrighty. Thanks for having us, everyone. I'm Julie Q.
I'm Hamlet. Good night, everyone.
Good night.